Hello, everybody. Today I am talking about the certification demos. Now, what are these? These are if you did the kickoff meeting and you have been doing your 5 trials, you now have the opportunity to certify for level 2 and level 3 MC classes. Now, this doesn't mean that you just automatically stop having trials. Everybody does trials still. But you will be able to also have these MC classes on your certification, and so you can be scheduled for those. Now, I'm going to go over some tips on how to pass the level 2 and level 3 demo classes. Now, first things I want to talk about is make sure you look presentable. Now, this isn't too hard to do. Make sure your shirt isn't distracting, too low cut. If you wear orange, that's the company color, and so you don't have to. But I'm kind of old school that way. I've been with company too long. I love seeing when teachers wear orange. Next, you must have a headset. Please, please, please have a good headset with sound. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Everyone below, or everyone, you can comment below which headsets you use. I'll put the link to mine. It was only $20 and it's been amazing. Great sound. It has a mute button, good noise canceling. So make sure that you have that. Next, lighting. Please, please, please have good lighting. And I know some people are like, I don't want to spend a lot of money. Now, me, all I did, I actually took the cover off my overhead light. I bought the really bright white lights, and then I have one lamp. Now, I didn't want it blinding me, so once again, really cheap. I have a plastic bag that I put over it as a diffuser. So try and find a way to have good lighting. I will put the link to Mentor Steven's lighting video, and he'll give some great tips on there. But you can find cheaper ways to get good lighting, or you can go full out and get all the great lighting if you want. Next, please have a great background. And it doesn't need to be anything huge or have fancy things, but have something educational. Doesn't have to be a map per se, but find something educational, and please have your name. This really helps when you're asking, what's your name? Because you've already said, my name is Teacher Mary, or have it on your shirt or something. But please have your name visible. It really will help as you do the TPR. Next, watch your distance from the camera. Some people are too close, and it's really hard to see all your TPR and your background and your rewards. So make sure you're seated back so that you are able to do full TPR. It makes it more engaging and fun and more supportive to the lesson. Now, this also makes it so you can put things to and from and make it more engaging in the lesson because you'll have different levels that you can work with. Now, when you start the lesson, please have a greeting where you are saying hello, you introduce yourself, you ask their name. But the thing that teachers often forget, the rapport question. What is a rapport question? Ask how they're doing or how old they are, where they live, their favorite color. Now, of course, have this be according to the level. So lower levels, I often just ask, how old are you? 5? 6? And so that's a really easy one to do. Upper levels, you could ask, what's your favorite color? And I'll have my markers. Blue, green, red. My favorite color. Just whatever you want to find. And you could ask an age again, but please make sure you're asking that rapport question. Now, next, they want to see student output. I know it's a pretend student, but please make sure as you are talking, you are also listening to the student. With the lower levels, 50%. Upper level, 70%. So you can even say their answers in your head, but I mean, don't be sitting there going, some people can mouth it or whisper it, but if you can pretend it's like a student's there and you're listening and you're engaged and supportive, that's what they want to see. They want to see you there for the student. So make sure you're giving that opportunity. Now, also during that time, they want to see corrections. So pretend the student made a mistake. Great job! And correct their pronunciation, or if it was a fragment, make it into a full sentence. And have them repeat it correctly. Next, don't have something that you're reading below. If you keep looking up and down, that is not attentive to the student. Please make sure you know the lesson well enough that you're not looking down at your lap or reading underneath at the teacher directions. Know these lessons. Make sure that you're doing that. I know that I keep looking down because I have my notes, and you'll see it's distracting. And so I'll try to know my information better. Okay, next, have props, at least 2. If you have more, it makes the lesson more engaging and more supportive to the student. As you tie in props with TPR, it works so well in the classroom. Whiteboard is almost always a standard. It works so well with blending, with so many other things. So Find a cheap whiteboard, make sure you have it. Now find other things to use. Now remember, if it's the same type of prop, it only counts as one. So even if you're using different letter cards, that counts as only one prop because it's the same type. If you use Manycam, it only counts as one prop. So make sure that you are having a variety of props to support your lesson. Now, if you're doing the lower level, please make sure that you are doing correct synthetic phonics. I will have a link below to that so you can practice and make sure your sounds are good. Now, also, make sure you are using correct grammar. Make sure that you are using complete sentences. Make sure that you are modeling good English. Next, your speed. With the lower level, you need to talk slow. Hello, my name is Teacher Mary, so that they can understand. Level 3, they're still not a native speaker. You can't speak how you normally would. So please keep that in mind. Also, talking about being appropriate with your language. Please be careful with your incidental language. With that lower level, use 3 to 5 words to give instructions so that they can understand. Draw a line. So you're giving instruction that they can understand as you model, as you use TPR. Make sure you're doing that. Now, with the upper level, still don't throw in a bunch of new words. So watch your incidental language. You can have a little bit more because it is a higher level student, but please keep track of that. Please be aware as you're explaining things with your incidental language. Okay, focus on those objectives. Target words, target vocabulary. Make sure you are doing it according to how the lesson is wanting you to teach it. Make sure that student knows. Now, when you are Oh, sorry, losing my train of thought. Make sure you are looking for ways to extend. Lower level, this can be counting objects. It can be finding something and circling it. Please try and find a way to do that. Next, on the upper level, on level 3, this can be asking them maybe, can you find something that's the same? I have a blue marker and a blue marker. They are the same. You can ask them for that. You can ask them another question. Do you like birds? Find a way to extend the information, not so it totally derails the lesson, but so you're adding on and having interest and engagement throughout the lesson. Next, you need to be warm and smiling. You don't have to be super crazy and outgoing if that's not who you are. If it is, you can be that way. If it's not, that's fine. Please just be engaging, warm, attentive to the student. Sometimes people will be like, great job, and then they're like listening to the student or doing something and their face just drops and it has no energy, and that can suck it out of the lesson. So please be aware. I know that you're not on TV, but there's a camera and you are there helping and being engaging with a student. So find ways that you can at least look pleasant so that the student doesn't feel put off. So please make sure that you have that energy and attentiveness and pleasant features. One of the last things is please have a reward and use it throughout. So you may introduce it at the beginning, but don't forget about it. These really motivate students. So please, please make sure that you have some fun reward that you can show and do and have it visible. Have it hung up, have something that you can use as your reward. And lastly, please make sure that you are using different approaches. Don't always just have them repeat it the same way. Use voices, use puppets, use pictures, use something that even though you're practicing the same way or the same thing, it can be new and different and interesting. So hopefully these are some tips that will help you pass your level 2 and level 3 demo. If you have any tips, please put them below, or if you have any questions or want any help, please let me know. Okay,